Hey guys, Rich here. Welcome back to the RCINFORMER YouTube channel. Got Steve on the camera as usual, and today we have the maiden flight of the all-new FMS 1700mm Corsair version 3, folks. We're pretty excited to get into flying this one. We did do on our channel a complete unbox, assembly, setup, and then we did an additional pre-flight video, which I'm going to start doing, where after getting it out of the box and set it up, or building it, we set it up and check that out because we did that live as well. So that'll be on the channel. It's also available in the upper right hand corner of this video. If you just click that information card, you can access that pretty easy, because today, man, we just want to fly this thing. We've been dying to fly this. A lot of people have been waiting on this. It's a highly anticipated model. I asked FMS like 2 years ago when the Tiger came out to revamp and retool this model, and they've done it. This thing is just fantastic. It's stunning. Check out those details in the other videos, because we're going to get to flying on this video. So if you guys are interested in one of these, they are available pre-order now. The containers are going very quickly once they come in stock. So if you guys want to get one, just check the links in our description below this video. If you use our links to purchase from any of our videos, that supports our channel, folks. We get a little commission for it at no cost to you, and we do appreciate that. We always are bringing you guys free videos all the time, and we're going to kind of remain a free channel when maybe some others are not. So anyway, landing gear's down, Steve. Flaps are up. We're going to plug this in. We are running today, and I'll show you the battery we got in this thing. Most of the setup information, again, is available on those other two videos, so you guys can check it out there. Steve, I'm going to turn it around this way so you can see the battery a little better, actually. Let me make sure my safety is on, which it is. We actually did a pre-flight off camera, so Steve, can you see the battery in there? Yep. What that is a 7,000 milliamp 6-cell 30C. It is a smart pack. It's huge, but the battery bay on this baby is big, and you can lay it down sideways and put it in there. So it's nice that you can put any really large 5,000 or bigger battery in here, and it'll take 6,000 and 7,000 packs as well. So we'll get it all buttoned up with the nice latch. Love that latch. I'm going to do a really quick, Steve, just a landing gear check and make sure landing gear's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and we can really check it out because it's all, Steve, you want to zoom in on here? Nice machined aluminum landing gear. They really upgraded this model nicely. Let's go ahead and retract it. Just awesome. Retracting tail wheel as well. I usually just like to check those, make sure they're working okay after powering it up. Make sure that they have initialized and they're doing really well. So we'll get it on the ground. I'll do a quick, you can see how nice the suspension is on this airplane. It's very rugged it's got big wheels. I think they're about 4 inches, 3.5 to 4 inches, and it's got rugged gear for grass use. Prop on this baby is bigger than the original. And you ready, Steve?
Let's go.
All right, quick flight control check. Right, left, up, down, left, right. Check our flaps out. I set this up with the older model, the version 1, version 2, and we didn't have any elevator or flap mixing, so let's see how this new one is. Let's give it a quick run up, Steve, here. That sounds good, doesn't it?
Oh, yes.
Much bigger prop. We went from a 1710 to a 1811 pitch prop with the 300 kV motor. So I know a lot of people are probably watching this to see how good the new prop works with the 300 kV motor as opposed to the 360 that a lot of us upgrade and everything. So all right, Steve, here we go. Let's taxi her on out. Hold and stick back. And this model, the big FMS Corsair, has always handled grass very well. I'm going to just drive it around a little bit. The grass was just mowed. We did get lucky. Look at that prop, Steve. Oh, yeah. That is badass. Look how big that thing is. Landing lights and everything, nice lens covers. But it's always been a very good grass field airplane, this big Corsair, these 1700mm. You notice I'm taxiing it with the stick all the way back just to keep it from nosing over. Not that the Corsair ever had a tendency for that, but anyway. Be sure, guys, to check out our Instagram page. We're putting up posts, especially of this plane, daily, so be sure to check it out there. So And then please like and subscribe to our channel, guys. We do appreciate that. Hit that notification bell. All right, Steve, you ready to go? Enough talking. Right, left, up, down. Here we go. Take it off. Ease that power in. Steering that rudder. Very easy to steer this plane. A little bouncy there. And there we go. Gears coming up. All right, let's see what she does here. All right, let's see. It seems like it's floating around a bit. Let's see, I'm gonna go to a low elevator rate on this. There we go, much better. I think I had too much elevator in there. There we go. All right, we'll get it going here. Let me get the trim, let me get it trimmed up. Here we come by hot. There she goes. You know, I think the CG needs to come forward a bit, Steve. All right. All right, yeah, it is pitching a bit. Yeah, I think the CG needs to come forward a bit. I had it at about 100 on this thing. There she is coming by. We'll roll it around here. Well, let's come back around here again. I'm gonna get the gear down, Steve, and I'm gonna do a landing with it here real quick. We've got the low elevator rate in. Let's see if I can bring it in for a touchdown here. Ease it down, ease it down, ease it down. Let me bring it back over here for a second. Let me taxi it. It just seems like it's lacking on power just a bit. You notice that?
Kind of slower than you would expect.
Yeah, I would have thought it would have been a little quicker. That's what kind of got me off guard with it a little bit. Let me do a quick check of something here real quick. Let me just check the battery real fast. Let me make sure the battery's good. Let's take a look. And let's see what we got here. Drop that thing. Let's take a look. Let me make sure I'm good on the battery, because it seems like it's lacking just a hair. Just a hair. Let's see what we got here. Let's plug this in. All right. Yeah, we're still good. We're at 85%. You know what I think we're going to do, Steve? I think we're going to take this over to the bench. Keep it rolling. I'm going to unplug it real fast. And let's do, if you don't mind keeping it rolling, is that cool?
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm going to go to a higher timing on the speed controller, because it really feels like it needs more oomph, you know? And I think we're going to go to a different timing setting. So let's bring it on over here. Let's see if we can get this where we want it to be anyway. And let's see what we got. Yeah, it seems a little more anemic than I thought it would have been. Let's see if I'll put this in the ditch here. And let me get a wheel chalk. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna pop this thing in here. Let me get my glasses. Not quite what I thought it was gonna do, but let's see. Let me grab this, if I have it. Let's see if I've got, I don't think I brought my manual, but let's see. Let's try this. Let's see if the CJ's, yeah, I think it's the same one. So let's try this. We're gonna go and try to reprogram this thing really fast here. Let's see. Let me look at something here real fast. Check the message. Okay, she can get her. So, all right, let's see what we got here, guys. Let's see if we can boost the power on this a little bit. I think I maybe did this with my older ones too, and that might be really the difference. So we're gonna take, Steve, if you want to come around to the front here, let's see if I can get through where this thing is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna enter the programming mode. So we're gonna go full throttle on this with the throttle hot. So Steve, if the plane comes that way, just get out of the way.
Thank you.
All right, let's see what we got. All right, I'm gonna go into the program mode, full throttle. Everything's plugged in. We're gonna go in and we're gonna enter the mode here. Let's see. See if we can get into the mode here. I'll hold it down. There's 2 beeps. That's the battery type. That's the cutoff mode. That's the cutoff threshold. That's the startup mode. And that's the timing mode. So I'm going to bring my throttle down. And now we're going to try to get, and that's the high timing. I'm going to bring the throttle up, and that should be changed. Let's bring it back. And that should be it. That should get us into a high timing mode on this thing. All you have to do, Steve, if you want to get in on these, I'm going to get the throttle kill. If you want to get in on the instructions, just to show you what I did, okay? All I did is keeping the throttle up, okay? I waited till I got the tones got all the way to right here at timing. And it went one long, one short with the throttle up. And then I brought the throttle down. That gets you into the next menu here, which is timing. And as soon as I heard beep, 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 and then 3 beeps right here, I went ahead and I brought the throttle back up and then brought it back down. And that's what program. You can read all that stuff here. We don't need to go into too much detail on it, but that's just how you change the timing on your speed controller. So that will make the prop hopefully spin a little bit faster and give you a little more energy. And let's do a little run up on the ground. Got a little lawnmower action out there. And let's see if that's going to help us at all. Get a little more power out of this darn thing. But I think we need some more CG forward. I think like we need a little more weight up front. So, but let's do this. Let's put this on the ground. I got my throttle kill on. Let's put her on down here. And let's see what we got. See if it seems any more powerful with this. All right, let me move it up. And here we go. We get the safety off. That sounds like it's got a bit more.
You can
So
compare it on the video. And
what's that?
You can compare it on the video and find
Yeah,
out.
well, we'll see. Let's take it up. Let's see what it does. I still think we need some more weight up front just to get it stabilized. But let me get the throttle kill. Let me put the hatch back on, and let's see what it does. Because that's about the heaviest battery I think I got, as far forward as we can get it. And that's really it. CG, where we're flying it at, Steve, if you want to get right here, is right about on this line, about 100. I know the book says 125 or whatever, but this plane seems like it needs maybe even a little forward. But 100's where I always flew the original one. So, but let's see. Let's roll it on out there. Let's see what we got. You ready?
Let's go.
Let's go over here. All right. Mid-rate on the elevator. All right, let's see. Throttle's hot. Elevator's good. I'm on the middle elevator rate there. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Here we go.
Now
We got a little. What's that?
It's a direct crosswind.
Yeah, it is pretty much a right crosswind. That's cool. We got the lawnmower action here going on, so we'll just have to deal with it. Take it off! There we go. Power's coming in. There we go. Going to a low elevator rate. It definitely has a little bit more. Just a hair more. Guys, it's windy out. There's no stabilization in this plane right now, so. That's my low elevator rate. There she is coming by. I really think that we need farther forward CG on this plane. Maneuvers well. Definitely flies very scale, but I do think it could use a little more oomph to it. And I think that timing does help. Yeah, you see it porpoising a bit, Steve?
Yep.
That's even in my low elevator rate, so that tells me a little bit of nose weight's probably needed on this thing. So, nice and smooth. But yeah, I think it could use I think it could use a little bit more motor, but it flies well. A little more motor, a little more forward CG. And in fact, Steve, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna see if we can put a little weight up front. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Let me get the gear down. We have a direct crosswind here. I'm gonna put a little bit of flaps in, just to take off flaps. And yeah, we got direct crosswind now, so it should be a little more fun landing now. So let's see if we can bring it on in. Oh yeah, this plane always landed so nice. Yeah, just staying on that rudder. Yeah, it's got a little more oomph with that timing, but I think we need to move that CG a bit forward. So let me bring it on in, and let me look at that CG one more time. Let's see what we got. Man, that makes a good sound though, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Throttle kill is on. Let me just double check where my CG is at real quick. All right, let's flip her around and let's see what we have. Just to double check it. This is how I usually balance when I'm at the field. And it seems like it's balancing, let's see, right? Yeah, well, let me do it into the wind. Probably not the best place here, but right into the wind there. Yeah. We are balancing right at, if you can get in on Steve, again, right about on this corner. Okay, and we'll measure that at the table. Again, I think it's about 100, 105. And if I remember the original one, it flew well at like 100, maybe even just a hair ahead of that. So let's get it to the bench. Let's get a little bit of weight in the nose, and let's see what we can get it, see if we can get it stabilized just a bit. Okay guys, me and Steve got it on the bench, messed with it a little bit. Way back in the early days when I did the first Corsair, I remember putting a bunch of weight in the nose. I don't know if you guys can see in on there, but what I did is I went ahead and took some Harbor Freight weights, and I think I remember putting 10 ounces in it originally. I remember the CG being about there, but I had to bring it forward. So the nose is short on this, so that's why you need a lot of weight to get the CG forward. We're going to try this out. Can you get those okay, Steve? We just taped them to that inner wall around there. You know, I'll let FMS know that I think it needs a little weight, but once we get this on here, all you have to do is unscrew these three screws here, and then as long as you get those weights far enough back in there and stuck, they're just peel off weights from Harbor Freight, then this thing will go right on, and we'll put those three screws back in place. And the CG balances a little bit. Steve, if you can get on there, instead of balancing right on kind of this corner, it balances about 5 to 10 millimeters ahead of that. Once we get it back out there, we'll flip it over, and right before we fly it, we'll see where the actual CG is, and then I can kind of tell you how it's flying. So let's go with that, Steve, and let's see what it does. Okay guys, we got it buttoned up. We're still using the same battery in this thing. It's still at 70%. That flying we did with that 7,000 pack, we're still at 70%. Now we've moved the CG forward, as we know, quite a bit. Me and Steve measured it, and actually I'll get on here. We got the safety on. We're plugged in, ready to go. But now where it's balancing is it's balancing kind of right around in here, like about 5 to 10 millimeters ahead of this mark, which actually puts our CG, if I can put this here, it's roughly, it's not going to be exact because it's hard to line up here, but it's about 90 to 95 on the CG now. So it's moved forward just a bit, and it was flying okay. It's just that you could tell a little bit pitch sensitive, so we need a little CG. Can't get the battery forward anymore unless we're using a thinner battery. Then it has to go up into the sort of the plastic motor mount, and I really don't want to do that because the motor's kind of right there and stuff, but it's pretty far forward as it is, and we're going to try it out, guys, and see what it does. You ready, Steve?
Let's hit it.
Let's rock out of here. Let me go and take this, put her on the ground. One of the nice things about a bigger model is that you can just wheel it on out there. So, in fact, Steve, we're going to go to the end, that last white pilot stand there, in case I got to do any diagonal landing, which I don't think we really have to do. But we'll get this out here. All right, here we go. Power's on. Let's see what we got. All right, she is moving. Here we go. Let's get this thing buttoned up. Right, left, up, down. All right, here we go. Taxing out a bit. There we go. Very smooth taxiing plane. All right, I got a direct crosswind from the right here, so worst case scenario, Steve, like I said, I'll land diagonal and we'll kind of land it that way, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But I don't think we'll need to. It seems like I got enough control of it. Taking off. Ease that power in, just let it roll slowly. There we go. Steering that rudder. Power's coming in, gear's coming up. And let's see what we got for stability here. Again, no flight stabilizer, folks, so it's going to beat it up just a little bit with the wind here. It is a big model, so it's a little more big and kite-like. But yeah, I can tell the stability's a little better now. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. Very nice, very nice. Nice and graceful. I think, Steve, we just need the oomph, you know? I think
some JADOs.
Yeah, a little JADO action. I'm thinking if we just go to that 360 motor, it'll give it the power I think I'd probably prefer. I'm gonna go to a low elevator rate to smooth it out. It's getting actually kind of really windy here, folks, so it's really kind of beating it up. Again, no stabilizer. If you guys were to put a stabilizer in this model, it would really smooth it out, and actually it'll basically mask over the CG or make any issue there might have been with the CG. It'll actually fix it. So, but yeah, I think we need a little more power in it, Steve, for sure. Point roll. Very nice, very nice. Let's bring it back around. We'll come in as fast as we can, full throttle down the lane here. There we go, that's into the headwind. We'll turn it around and we'll tailwind it. That's a tailwind pass here. Yeehaw! All right, excellent, very good. Yeah, Steve, I'd like to see some more power in it. I gotta admit, I'd like to see a little more with it. Steep turn it out front here. Full throttle around the turn here, around the windsock. Yeah, it sure looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Looks good. Need some power though, yeah. And I seem to remember the original version of the plane feeling more powerful to me. So I think it just needs some more speed, some more torque. Let's see if we can get a couple landings out of it. Let's see. In fact, you know what? Let me give you an inverted pass here, Steve, down the runway. Let's see, let's go with it. In fact, let me do it up high first. Yeah, it does it. Does it nice. It just feels like it needs the oomph to really do that better, but it'll do it. It's fine. All right, bring it on by. Yeehaw. All right, gear's coming down. I'll use a little bit of flaps here. I'm just gonna use one setting because it's so windy. I don't think we need all the flap for it. Right crosswind, left rudder. This thing does flare very nicely. Planes on the wheels, nice. This is the airplane I remember though. The controllability is very nice on it. It was always a smooth flyer. Gears coming up. Very cool, very cool. Just need some more go-go, some more smash, baby. And I got some 360 motors at home, so we'll probably throw one in it and come on back here, guys. Yeah. Need a little more oomph. Rolling it around. Very nice, very nice. It does it well, we just need some speed, baby. All right, presentation type pass here, Steve, and then we'll bring it in. Very nice. All right, gear's coming down. We'll drop that gear. One setting of flaps. Power's coming off. We'll drop it on in here. Right crosswind, a little bit of left rudder. Ease it on down. Yeah, this plane does such a nice settle. I just flew the flaps up. It settles in so nicely. It's just awesome. We just need a little more power, Steve. I'm talking 360 kV motor, you know.
Buddy.
We're gonna get one in and bring it on out here, guys, and kind of demo it with that motor. It's a nice flyer. I think it just needs a little bit more power to it. We've tried the timing thing. The CG is definitely better. It's not pitching around as much. So if you guys like flight stabilizers and you want to put one in it, this doesn't have one in it, it'll lock that in and keep it from doing that. So anyway, all right, guys, that is it. We appreciate you watching. Again, the maiden flight did a little bit more CG work than we thought we were probably going to have to do. But nice flying bird, nice beautiful airplane. We'll just get a little more power in it, and stay tuned for that. We'll throw that up here. So anyway, guys, we appreciate you watching. Check the links in the description below for this. Please like and subscribe, share our videos. We do appreciate that. Hit the notification bell. That'll let you know when we're putting out new videos like this one. And you know, check us out on Instagram. So Steve, anything to say?
Nice flyer, just needs more power.
Just needs a little more power. So we'll get it in there and we'll be out here probably in another day or two. I think me and Steve will come out here another day or so. So anyway, guys, check us out. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Steve, thanks for filming. As always, guys, we'll see you next time.